Okay, there we go. All right. You're still muted there, Matt.
Still muted, Matt.
I'm just waiting for it to. There we go. Live on YouTube. There we go.
It's official.
All right. Let me move this over.
I'm just going to have Colleen cut off the first 30 seconds here. So you have exactly 5 seconds to sing your song.
No. Get my lyrics up. I got to get my music up. Got to be perfect.
Oh, my gosh.
Ah, shit.
It's like...
Hey, it's live. It's live. It's okay.
No,
Who's producing this crap?
Yeah. It's a little Lover's Lament crap.
At least
All right. So I wasn't on the last. Oh, I'm shading my camera. So let me move it so people can see me.
Oh my gosh! Like I could have just saved the viewers. Like at least okay, there we go.
Shut up.
You're on.
I pay money for this.
It's crap. All right. So for everyone out there who's a dedicated listener, I was not on last week's episode, and
never noticed.
I don't really. Yeah, I don't know what was talked about, but I got an email from this guy who said, "Here's a song because I know you like to sing, and just sing it. These guys will know exactly what you're talking about." So I went, "Okay, I'll give it a shot." I don't know what this is about, but so. People drawing on my face and hands. Puddles forming on the staging grounds. I'm in the middle without any plans. I'm a model and I'm a man. I'm Jack the Dripper and I'll do what I want. Jack, yeah, and I'll drip where I want. Jack the Dripper, and that's what I say. I'll drip all over this place. I'll go running and drip on your face. I'm Jack the Dripper, and I like it, love it, like it, love it, like it, love it. There you go.
Nick, I got to say, that's your best song ever.
Thank you.
It was great. I like it.
That is 18 by Alice Cooper.
Nice.
You put it out there, man. I loved it. Good.
You're dedicated, man.
It was worth it just to see Chris put his head down and cry for a minute.
Have you listened to the show yet?
I listened to, I think, the vast majority of it on the plane ride back from Wisconsin.
I was peeing my pants last week.
Last week was fun, man. We had some good laughs for sure.
Well, two of us did.
I had a good time. It is what it is. So I'm just worried that at some point my students are going to find this podcast and listen. They've been asking me again and again what podcast I'm on, so I'm trying to avoid them.
Well, I'm signing up for your class. I don't know if you saw that.
I'm just to get on the email list. I can just distribute this like wildfire.
Well, one of my students decided to do this drawing of me. So
I don't
That's
see
awesome.
it. I don't see it.
It's like Matt meets what's his name from Mad Comics.
But it's not about erotica. Yes, just correct. It's not about Star Wars erotica.
Well, the hair's perfect.
Thanks. It says my podcast is not about Star Wars erotica. So.
Yeah, it kind of might be.
Who drew that? Was it Sarah?
No, this is one of my students.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, what are you okay?
Chris,
you doing all right over
Chris
there?
is getting tickled for some reason.
You still hear is the bird still chirping?
Yeah, it's like Jack and the Birds. But
I got my San Diego State gear on today. Only undefeated team in the NCAA. 26-0. 26 notes.
I have a bullet in the
So
night.
take that, Dean Spanos, you bastard.
I want to know what's making Christopher a tickle. He hadn't said a word, and he's just laughing to himself the whole time.
I think he went to get a beer, and they're trying to mess with me. So we're going to move on from that subject, gentlemen. So I'm not going to talk about figure models. Although I thought of this like really funny TV show idea. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Based on our figure
Give
models.
it to us, Costanza.
Okay. So here you go. It's the TV show's called, Figure Models or something like that, right? And it's run kind of like a Mad Men kind of style where you've got like this woman who's been working kind of the...
So it's not a comedy.
So it's the plot of Showgirls.
It's a dark, funny comedy. So, but she runs a brothel, right? And she's tired of working the sex trade industry, right?
I think Jack's going to see you.
She's got these guys after her for some money or whatever, right? So then she discovers that the local art school hires nude models. And she's like, wow, the girls can make a decent living off of posing.
So these nude models will make $1,000 a day?
Not in art school, but...
is it going to be 7 seasons long, like the description?
No, it's going to be just like a 7-episode thing, and it tells the story of each of the figure models. And
is it just like a mini series? Is that where you're going with?
I think so. It's I'm having the BBC look into
dripping with suspense.
You gotta have the dripper on there.
I'll be your voiceover guy.
I think it's not Red Shoe Diaries here, people. Okay, this is more just kind of, I'm thinking like a Breaking Bad meets, and then the main head woman.
Breaking Bad meets what?
I don't know, like figure model nude sessions. I guess it's got to be on HBO because of the nudity. You got to have the nudity. So
yeah, so we'll get some people watching.
Yeah,
apparently. But then
who would you cast?
Meryl Streep. She would be the lead.
Wait, she'd be the lead nude model?
Yes, yeah. See, it's an older woman who's got kind of these younger.
Can we get Kathy Bates too?
I think you have to have Kathy Bates. So, all right.
Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon. I guess it could be in there, right?
You're talking about like Big Little Lies season 3. I think that's what we're talking
there you go. Just call it nude modeling.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
They could all be it. Yeah, Laura Dern and
it's like a money laundering kind of thing meets,
So now they're laundering money?
I don't know. They're doing a lot of different, stuff. They're just trying to get away from these Anyway,
maybe they're trying. Well, you know what? They could do that, but they're there to commit a crime.
Ooh,
they're there to commit a crime. That's
I like that.
That's the twist because
I think that's the
laundering money. They're not going to make enough money laundering.
Right. I think that's the long play. Like a year out, like at that specific school or museum or whatever, they're going to have like this artifact and they're going to do a heist kind of thing.
Nude modeling at Fort Knox.
Here's the problem that I foresee with this miniseries. I actually think it's just going to suck.
Ro brings up a good point. Yes, there would be male nudes.
Because we have the dripper.
So
yeah, we have the dripper.
Actually, that's what the show could be called, the dripper.
I think
the big dripper.
Big dripper.
Ooh. Just to clarify for everyone, this is an experience that I had at art school when I was a young lad and not as a teacher.
Okay.
So
that was a dream you had when you were a student.
No, not a dream. An experience that I had when I was a student.
So you had nude models that were laundering money, and you were a student.
No. I thought you were talking about the dripper, the jack.
Oh no, you got to have them in there though.
Sure, I think so. I think you can definitely
because he leaves DNA behind, and that's how their plan is.
I mentioned it, Chris, just to bring you, Nick, just to bring you up to speed. There was also a Santa Claus model that I had experienced when I was a young lad.
Did he have rosy cheeks?
No.
At least they weren't hairy.
And there was another experience that I had that Jack was curious about, because I mentioned it at the end of the last podcast, is that there was a again, this is a long time ago, not as me being a teacher right now and not affiliated to anything that I do professionally.
Not affiliated.
We had this model who basically one of her butt cheeks was hairy, but the other one was not. And it was very noticeable.
She ran out of nair.
She fell asleep. What is that?
I think it sounds like we have a guest host. Maybe it sounds like a drip of some sort.
It's the intro music to your show.
I like that.
It's like the other model's like, damn it, stop dripping. We're going to get caught.
In a world
Where to be
where the model
Yeah.
leaves a trace everywhere he goes. One man.
I think we have some DNA over here.
So it's a CSI show too.
Yeah. You'd have a guy like Columbo.
One man must solve the case of the dripper.
I told you not to bring the dripper in on it.
I like how this has cross-genre stuff happening. Like, that's what I'm thinking about. Like,
Yeah.
each character has their own story, and you have your own spin on the whole, So, very postmodern kind of puzzle piece kind of thing, So, anyway.
I think you have a hit there.
So, what else have you been watching?
So, sorry.
Oh, okay. Should I wait for Chris?
No, he's
When the show gets really tense.
Is that a shower noise?
Full stream.
Okay. It also sounds like bacon. It reminds me of the opening to Owen and
I'm really dripping now.
I really feel bad for this guy now. And I lived through this.
Well, he probably has to have rubber sheets, wouldn't you think? Because he has a dripping problem.
I don't know. It was the 90s.
So I stumbled upon a show last night, which they were on EPIX. I don't know if you guys did the channel EPIX or not, but were having a Marvel marathon on, and after it ended, I was just probably making dinner or something, and I heard, premiere of the new EPIX show, and it's a new take on War of the Worlds. And I was actually pleasantly surprised by the pilot. Because I don't know if you guys get that channel or not, but it's got the mom from Downton Abbey is in it, and I always forget the guy's name. One of the main guys. He was in Usual Suspects. That's what I always know him from. But anyway, it's like a more modern take on War of the World. It's not like a virus or anything that kills off humanity. It's something that's more like, oh, that makes sense, by today's world. But okay.
So Elizabeth, what's her name? Elizabeth McGovern from Downton Abbey?
Yeah, the mom. Yeah, she's in it.
I don't have Epic.
EPIX. Yeah. Well, I didn't have it either, and then for some reason, because I had my recorder set for Outlander premiered last night, but because I have, who do I have? Dish, no, Direct TV or whatever, whoever's Comcast.
Satellite.
No, I don't have Dish. I have hell, I don't remember what it is.
I have Drip.
Yeah, you have Drip TV. But they got rid of Stars and gave us EPIX. So they swapped those two out, and so I was like, oh,
so you don't have Stars anymore, right?
I don't have Stars anymore. Yeah, I don't have Stars anymore, so I couldn't watch Outlander. So this show came on instead. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch this. Because, there's not really anything worth watching on Stars right now other than Outlander. So I was like, well, I'm not going to pay for it if it's just that one show. So,
yeah.
I
started watching last night. I started watching Lock and Key on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
You guys familiar with Lock and Key?
I never watched it, but I know the show, yeah.
So Lock and Key is a graphic novel that was written by Joe Hill, also known as Joe King, Stephen King's son.
Oh, okay.
So he wrote this graphic novel probably about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And essentially the show's about this house that contains these magical keys that do different things. So like, and these kids discover these keys. Like, as an example, the first key that he finds is the anywhere key. So he can like wish to go anywhere that has a door that he's been to before. You can like say like the ice cream shop, for instance, turn the key, it opens the door, and he transports to this, the downtown area, ice cream shop, etc. And there's other keys that are involved, and there's a whole lot of like mystery involved by like the backstory of the house and like what the hell's going on there. It's like a suspense thriller type of show. It gets really, really trippy. The story's awesome. So I read the graphic novels like way back when. And I remember the last Comic-Con that I went to. So that was what?
2010.
Yes, 2010. That was the last one I went to. And they shot a pilot for the show that they were going to make for Lock and Key.
In 2010?
Yeah, they shot a pilot in 2010. It never got picked up, which is a shame because the story is really, really cool. So I got to sit and watch the pilot, and I was pissed that it didn't get picked up because they did a really nice job with the pilot.
So you liked the pilot?
10 years ago. I did. The one from 10 years ago, I liked it. And then in the last 10 years, many things have changed, right? So like,
did it have a better plot than the nude model show?
I don't know. It's tough.
Okay,
it's tough. I don't know.
Right. That's how I'm going to judge shows from now on.
Yeah, like show X versus nude model Dragnet.
Yeah. I've laid out a bigger framework, I think, than you have with your Rancho El Mano.
You mean
show.
Pleasure Ranch?
Yes, Pleasure Ranch.
Pleasure Ranch is already in the books. It's done.
Yeah, the Pleasure Ranch.
It's written. It's already done. I mean, I don't have to lay it out. It's already
Yeah,
okay.
You don't want to know what the anywhere key does at the Pleasure Ranch.
No, you don't.
Shit. Yeah.
No, you don't. But anyway,
there's no drippers though in Pleasure Ranch. Like, I'm thinking about adding that.
They get that after they leave. Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm talking
the
about.
Pleasure Ranch has a dehumidifier. So anyway, 10 years ago, they had that pilot, and they showed the pilot at like a test audience at Comic-Con. I loved it. I wanted to see more of that show. Never got picked up. It got kind of shelved or whatever. But in the last 10 years, lots have changed. So you think about like Netflix is now producing shows. You have all these other streaming channels are producing shows. So Netflix picked it up, and they created the Lock and Key series. And Carlton Hughes is a producer on it. Yeah, so I watched the pilot, and then I just found myself just zoning in and watching the next 2 episodes. Really well done. It's got a bunch of actors that are not very well known, which is good because it's a kind of a fresh take on the story, which is nice. You don't have to have any expectations of to me and people who are well known actors. And it's not far off. Like the show is not far off from how I remember the original pilot being shot, and they do a really nice job of keeping true to the storylines. But it's a definite like head trip type of show in more ways than one. But I highly recommend it. I've only watched I think 3 episodes.
Is it like the Black Mirror?
No. It's one continuous story. So it's unlike the Black Mirror. It's a one continuous story. There's a lot of unraveling and kind of like what the hell's going on here. The only actor that you might recognize is I don't even know. I can't remember his name, but he played Jimmy on Smallville. I should probably look it up.
Jimmy on Smallville.
Jimmy Olsen?
Yeah, he played Jimmy Olsen in Smallville.
Jimmy. Yeah. I mean, Jimmy Olsen is like the most forgettable character in the.
He wasn't in. He wasn't in. What do you call it? In
Mr. Kent?
In Smallville, he actually played a pretty decent role in Smallville.
Matt,
I like Jimmy Olsen.
Matt Trice brings up a point. Say he thinks it's a little bit like Stranger Things, which made me think.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the trailer for Stranger Things season 4 yet?
Oh, the teaser.
No,
yeah, the teaser trailer. Yeah.
I've been working on the railroad.
So what's interesting to me about this is I always assumed because most likely Hopper is in Russia that we're probably going to get later 80s films like The Rescue and what's Wolverines?
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn. We're gonna get some kind of
what about War Games?
Yeah, well, just something like with teenagers though, like or young kids, going to rescue or like against the Russians. But from what the little thing I read from one of the writers was talking about, said no, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be more like The Thing. And I'm like, ooh, because I really like The Thing, So I don't know how scary they'll get with it, but for anyone out there who's not seen John Carpenter's The Thing, starring one of Jack's favorite actors, you need to do yourself a favor and go watch that movie.
Nice.
I've seen it.
And I've made it to season 4 of Clone Wars.
Oh, nice.
Nice work.
The end of season 3, phenomenal.
Right?
Loved it. Yep. So the Mortis story arc, and then the following episodes after that with
how many seasons are there?
There's
6, and
there's
going to be a
published, and the 7th is coming out next week.
Yeah. The sixth season is like
really short.
Like 8 episodes, maybe
13.
Is it 13? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon, right?
It is.
You see, like, not to get too side railed into like an Owen Baru's, but yeah, like
Hey, we don't want to put people to sleep.
Matt and I had talked about that. How like I thought, The Last Jedi should have been called like the Secret of the Wills or something like that, and had those 3 characters, the father, the son, and the daughter, be involved in the second movie. I just thought that'd be like a much cooler storyline to go into, but sorry, I'm reading Matt's comments here.
The Beatus brother. He's got the Beatus.
That's right.
Clone Wars. Yep. I'm almost done with the rewatch.
But you have or have not watched Rebels, Chris?
Not yet.
Okay, so you're going to see those characters again.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I've seen the first episode of Rebels, which is like Aladdin.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Like
it's literally Aladdin. Like, I mean, the opening sequence to Rebels is the beginning of the movie, the original movie Aladdin.
Okay, but he doesn't find a genie.
He doesn't find a genie. But like,
Robin Williams is in it?
No, like you have to say, like, because you're being introduced, Jack, in Rebels to these characters. You have no idea who they are, and the first thing you see is this little, very black-haired kid, like who is a thief. Like, people are chasing him and all. And you're like, this is Aladdin. What the hell am I watching? And then it grows from there. But
the payoff for Rebels, I think, is worth it. So
they pay you to watch it?
No, the payoff, the emotional.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Jack, I'm familiar with you talking about shows where you're like, oh, you could skip this, season and just jump right in. Well, I think you could almost do that with Rebels. You could almost skip the first season and jump right into 2. So
that's fair. That's fair.
But I think
I know take a lot of heat for saying that, though, Matt.
Probably because there will be people that'll come up that but whatever.
You gotta have courage, but you gotta stand your ground, though.
Okay, fair enough. I love the whole show, so don't get me started.
All right, we won't.
Fair enough. Moving on.
So, Matt, how was your trip?
We're
not
back.
Matt, Nick.
Oh, mate, good. It's good. Everyone likes going to
That's why I
Wisconsin.
go anywhere.
Yeah, like everyone likes going to Wisconsin in February. I mean, it's great.
Oh,
Was it cold up there?
Not too bad. It's a different cold than Colorado because you have a little moisture in the air.
It's a dry cold.
It's a dry cold here. Well, it's like my coworker Tim. Like, he's never really been much to the Midwest or the East Coast, and like the first time it snowed here, and you're wearing a coat and you can just knock off the snow. That blew my mind because I had never seen it that dry to where it doesn't stick to you. And then of course we get down to, I think it's Madison where it was snowing, and it's just it's just sticking to the whole one side of your body. And I was like, this is what I know. This is the snow I know. Where you're just like, fuck you.
I'll tell you, I got fucked with snow this year. I invested all that money in a brand new fucking snowblower, and
that's right. Yeah,
no fucking snow. I think I've used it. I've used the snowblower twice. I've used the snowblower twice this winter. And one time I didn't need to use it. I just did it so I could use it.
Right.
And the other time was like, I guess I'll use it. Yeah, so we have not had significant snow at all.
We've not had a flake. Not one flake. Nothing.
Pain in the ass.
It's just the last snow Earth ever had.
So two things from the trip. All I ever did the entire time was sing the Laverne and Shirley theme song.
Oh,
okay.
That's all I did the entire time.
Camillo, Shamado, House of Peppercorn.
We're gonna do it. I mean, that's a constant.
We're gonna make our dreams come true. Do it our way.
So that was the entire time I'm in Milwaukee. It's all I was doing. And
how come Shirley, when she's on Happy Days, has more of an accent than she does on Laverne and Shirley?
She grew up. The teachers beat it out of her. So
okay, I'm just curious because she has like a
50s.
I don't know. She's got a different, and plus she's a little more looser on Happy Days than she is on the regular series. Is it because she didn't like Carmine, but she really liked Richie? What's the deal on that one?
Oh, those you can't. Those shows change so much.
Well, I'm just saying you can't just throw it out there and didn't say all of a sudden she changes. You have no answer for me?
No.
How do you expect to get your show produced if you don't have any answers for these simple questions?
I didn't think that I was going to come on to tonight's show and debate the efficacy of accents on Happy Days.
I really didn't.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Specifically, Shirley.
Wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah.
No.
My mind went in a completely different
Is it because she was married to Ron Howard on American Graffiti?
Yes.
So she was more comfortable with him in Happy Days.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and probably the thing I like the most about Wisconsin is all I did was I probably need to go in for a coronary now, but
so far all you did on this trip is bitch. But go ahead.
Sorry. Well, it's for work, so yeah, and that's kind of what I do. Is that all I ate was like cheese plate, appetizers, followed by some kind of meat. And just all the beer. Just give me all the beer. And got some
some brats.
Okay. That's all I did. Yeah. Like my he's not my boss, but he's a higher ranking coworker of mine. He's just a complete dick. And so we got a cheese and sausage plate, and sure enough, like we were all just like cutting off one little piece of each sausage. He found the one sausage that was just the best fucking sausage. Took the whole goddamn thing for himself. And we're just looking at him like, you motherfucker. Like,
you
did you call him out on it?
No, because he is one of those guys that is like, higher up where I'm like, I'm not even a year in. It's probably not a good dad. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck? You just going to take the sausage, you asshole? Because if it had been one of you three,
he probably really wanted the sausage.
I would have smacked you.
Did you try the added delicacy, the milk and Pepsi? Remember Laverne was big on the.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
no.
Yeah,
I've never tried that. I've never had that.
I don't think I would want to try that.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but no, like all I said was just cheese and sausage plates and lots of beer.
It sounds good. The food,
the food was good. You'll die, but it was worth it.
Well, was it different cheeses and different?
Yeah, every time it was just you'd get like 5 different links, sausage, and then like probably 4 different kinds of cheeses and some breads with the appetizers, and then definitely cheese curds. You got some cheese curds.
Is the cheese melted or is it solid?
Most of it was solid. Yeah.
I think it'd be good dipping it in the cheese.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I know you're not a mustard fan, but sometimes you get an assortment of mustards. To dip with your sausages, some sauerkraut sometimes.
So this food discussion is making me really hungry. I also look forward to this upcoming weekend. So this weekend is my yearly trip up to Portland, Maine. That is,
right.
Which, by the way, I have to have mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. Portland, Maine. You'll not find a better place in the United States per capita that has the best food ever.
I think you've said this before.
So this is the menu for my dinner on Friday night, Matt, if you wouldn't mind. So we have here some raw bar.
I can't zoom
can't
that
see
in.
it.
I don't think I can zoom that in.
I can't see.
Let me see if I can do this.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay, all right. Here
There you
we're
go.
talking about spicy beef salad.
Yeah, so this place is incredible. It's all small plates.
They have
So
bread and butter.
yeah, bread and butter pickles.
Wow.
Do not get caught up in the bread and butter. Promise me. Promise.
That's Mandarin butter, whoever the hell that is, with chamomile and farm egg.
I'm gonna go.
You don't want that Mandarin
bread
butter.
and butter.
I've
I've never had bread and butter.
Probably get Corona in it.
We got some foie gras. Looking forward to that. Some suckling
Ooh.
pig. Yeah. Oh, this stuff here is the best shit on the planet.
It's actually
Bone
really
Marrow
recent.
toast.
Yeah, it's
Bone
recently
marrow
priced.
toast.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So it is. Whoa, hey, trippy.
Ooh, trippy.
Whoa.
So it's reasonably priced, but the thing is, though, it's not because these are small plates, right? So you end up ordering.
A shit ton.
We're gonna have like 10 of us there, so our
So it's
bill's
like
gonna
tapas. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, but it's like it gets really expensive. But this place is amazing. And I'll tell you, like the food in Portland, Maine, unbelievable. So
They have
I'll
lobster.
try to take some. What's that?
They have lobster.
Yeah, there's well, of course, they definitely do. There's actually one place. Forgot I forget the name of it. One of my favorite breweries, Bissell Brothers, is they often have a food truck out front, and it's the main lobster company. I forgot the name of it, but they do like a lobster roll food truck. Where you can they drive around and you so get them anywhere you want. Oh yeah, they're absolutely incredible. So this weekend will be my weekend in which I pull a Nick and just eat and drink. But I call this my college get wasted weekend because it's gonna be like no kids and there's gonna be like 4 other couples headed up with us too. So it's just gonna be an absolute shit show. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Can't wait.
Well, fun. That's great.
Friday morning.
I'm celebrating next week is my 31st wedding anniversary.
Ooh.
And I'll be going to Ruth Chris, and hopefully the pork chop will be on the menu. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Typical.
Pork chop and lobster.
Oh, I don't think that's not a good combo.
It's a terrible
it's great.
combo.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Save
Pork
the bone.
chop?
Save the bone marrow for me, Clark. Put it in my toast.
Oh, well, bone marrow toast is incredible.
I will take your word for that.
I don't think I've ever had it before.
It's amazing.
Could it save a life? Could it save a life?
It's absolutely amazing. So if you ever are at a restaurant that has bone marrow toast on the menu,
What is bone? What is it?
You know
what bone marrow is, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like you take it out and like you make it you dry it out and then like you kind of like cinnamon or and then you just sprinkle it on top.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
it's
Now, what's
so
the bread and butter
good.
thing? What's that?
Bread and butter pickles?
No, it just says bread and butter. There's two
Oh,
things:
it was-
bread and butter
it
pickles
was-
and bread and butter.
I have no idea. So that menu it changes every time. So I'm not quite.
Yeah. Well,
That looks good.
The menu changes all the time. So I they didn't have that last time, but it looked like it was some type of bread dish with like eggs and what the fuck.
I'm kind of losing it. Toast. Marrow.
Have some eggs with that. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. I've had bone marrow burgers. I mean, they're good.
So let's change it for
I
a
don't want to
second.
see that image.
If you go back to that real quickly and scroll up.
with
I don't know if I can.
the
Okay.
syringe.
Have you guys ever heard of the creepy? Like it's not creepy. I forgot what it's called, but it's a fear. Scroll up again, right here. So bone marrow biopsy. That'll I can't even look at it. Right on the left hand side.
Oh, that one. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one there.
That one there. I see. I have a hard time looking at that.
Oh,
It freaks me out. Like, have you ever heard of that?
Toast.
It's actually a phobia.
oh, okay.
It's
I
a fear. It's
I
a
will
fear
stop
of
sharing that
holes
with
and
you.
patterns.
Oh.
Have you guys ever heard of it?
No.
No.
Hmm.
You have fear of holes and patterns.
Yeah. If
You can't eat Swiss cheese.
if you're gonna do a Google search, please don't do it when you're sharing the screen. I actually
So what
have
about Swiss cheese? Does that scare you?
I stopped it. I pulled it away.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I forgot the name of it, but it's like a legit thing.
Guys,
it's a fear of like patterns and like in holes and patterns. Like so much so that we have like a set of coasters in the house that on one of the coasters actually had like a pattern that kind of falls into this like category of my fear. And I fucking threw it away. I had to. I literally threw it in the trash. I don't know if anybody listens. It's like, what the fuck? Has anybody Googled it yet?
Nope.
Like the name of it?
No, I stopped my Googling here because I didn't want to mess with you anymore.
It's like trip to something or other. I forgot what it was. It's like a fear of like these weird patterns. I don't know. I've always had this really weird like reaction to certain things.
Do those 3 holes bug you?
No, not like that. Okay. I've always had this really weird reaction. Like I remember
Trypophobia?
Yes.
Okay.
Trypophagia or something like that. I forget what it is. So I've always had this really weird like aversion to like certain patterns and of like holes and these weird patterns. I never could explain it because like no one ever knew what the fuck I was talking about. Like it all started for me. I remember having a dream when I was a kid where I actually had like a series of holes got put into my leg. Right there, you go. Oh, Sherry's got it. Trypophobia. Where I had I remember I had a dream where I had like all these holes in my leg, and it freaked me out. And I woke up like screaming, like just like going crazy. Ever since that dream, as a kid, I've had this crazy fear. And then I didn't know that other people also felt the same way. And apparently it's not like a fully recognized phobia of some sort, but like there's hundreds and thousands of people who actually feel the same way. So whenever I see that, like that pattern, like we saw on that page right there, I get like
does it bother you to watch the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown when Charlie Brown has all the holes in his sheets, his ghost outfit?
No.
Okay.
What about 3-Hole Punch Jim from The Office? No. Okay. By the way, anybody that wants to look
what about the moon?
The trypophobia and Google that. Oh my gosh, just Google those images. You will get the phobia yourself. It is not fun.
It's fucking weird. Nick, there are literally dozens of us. Dozens, I tell you.
What my phobia is when you take 2 forks and you put the forks together and they lock. Mm-hmm. I will tell you, I would give up any secrets of the world. Just that's how you could torture me. I can't do it. Yeah, I can't. When I pull them out of the dishwasher, I can't do it.
When they're stuck.
My kids, when I first admitted this, my kids would go, Dad. I go,
of course. That's why they're your kids.
What about this? How about scissors moving back and forth?
Me, no? It's just 2 forks. When they get together like that, I can't. I literally will drop it and walk away.
Like here's an example. When the new iPhones came out, there was kind of like an online joke about it, right? Not a joke, but people were starting to freak out. Like if you look at this, like there's 3 cameras, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if for say, like let's just pretend like the entire back of the phone was this pattern, like all the cameras. That is an example of something I can't handle. Like I can't handle looking at it. It drives me up a freaking wall.
I'm telling you, just Google the images.
No, I will not.
Not Chris. I would share them with everyone right now, but I might
have them look the other way.
So I don't.
Yeah, you guys go ahead. I'm not going to look.
Okay.
I can't. I literally will turn.
Here goes. This is last warning. I will go to.
These are Tom Brady's favorite things in life, though.
So.
Honeycomb,
yeah, and then on people's bodies too.
Yeah.
So,
it's not doing anything for me.
I forget what those called.
Oh, there's the camera. There's the iPhone.
So, yeah, I know, right? Okay, look, bubbles.
Yeah.
So
it's not doing.
That's a question. Yeah, what do you think about suds, Chris? Like,
okay, I'm stopping it.
On top of like a bathtub or something. When you just have a bunch of bubbles on top of water.
So those patterns aren't typically uniform.
Right. Oh, so it has to be a uniform.
It's most often uniform patterns like that. So bubbles don't really bother me too much.
Forkophobia.
But I'll tell you, man, like it's crazy. I and for the longest time, I never knew that there was like a thing out there that people thought this way.
Yeah, you think it's because you had that dream with your holes in your leg?
I thought, I don't know. I mean, that was what triggered it for me as a kid. Like I always kind of like thought back to that experience, and like there's always those series of dreams. There's certain dreams you'll never forget you had. Like I'll never forget certain dreams, and that's one of them. And that's probably the king of all my unforgettable dreams. And it's totally messed with me. And like, I can't, it's so weird. Like I usually typically have a very rational brain when it comes to these types of things. And like, I can kind of like suss some of these things out and realize that it's not really that big of a deal, but I cannot fucking handle those weird patterns. I can't do it.
What about like the Shining floor?
No, that's fine. Like that's cause it's more like holes. Right.
No, okay. Oh, it has to be holes. Okay.
It's more so the holes, but
what about the song "Holes" by Mercury Rev? Does that one do anything for you?
I don't know the song.
Okay. All right. Well, for anybody else that has good taste in music,
fixing a hole.
Does that song do anything for you?
Where the rain gets in.
I'm not trying to fuck with your phobia, and I totally get the dream thing. I have a dream that
another one.
Well, after this message, we'll be right back. So,
nice.
I had a dream as a kid that over and over and over again that I was in a red Volkswagen Bug, and it went over a cliff.
Whoa!
Over and over and over again.
That was a repeating dream.
All through my childhood. Yep, all through my childhood.
Go ahead, Nick.
Like,
I have a major revelation dream.
Yeah, I love like what makes people's brain ticks. Like I always have a reoccurring dream that I'm back in high school football practice, but that's because I did it for so many times over and over again that it's just it's ingrained in my. It's not even a brag.
Back in my letter days,
I was totally a jock. Yeah.
All right, Al Bundy, finish your story.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, like you do like you wake up and you're like, oh shit, no, I'm 47 and having the same dream.
My life is over.
I am not reading the private chat here. Maybe I should be. So, somebody else put. Okay. Anyway,
no.
I was just checking the private chat in case you guys were laughing at something that I didn't know about.
No, we're laughing at you.
Oh, thanks. Good. Well, I had this reoccurring dream. When
your car wouldn't start.
I was young. No,
it's some subliminal something else.
That's right. You were there for that podcast about the.
No, I wasn't.
It wasn't. That was last week.
Oh, that was last week. Time flies. All right. So this recurring dream nightmare stuck with me for a while, and it was really freaky and slightly, I don't know. It's just weird. So I would wake up in my bed, and I was kind of paralyzed right there, right? And the door would be open, and I could see the light from down the hallway. But there was this like little leprechaun man that would sit in my window and talk to me.
I'm the leprechaun. Chris and I both had the same thought at the same time.
Was Jennifer Aniston in for her nose job?
No, this is before the movie Leprechaun.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm freaking out, man. I'm the leprechaun.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll finish your dream.
Sorry, we're children.
Poor Matt's like spilling his childhood struggles with this leprechaun dream, and Nick and I are just making funny. I'm sorry.
Well, at least it's you two, and I don't get blamed for it this week.
Okay.
I mean,
I was actually trying to sympathize with you here.
Unless it's your mom in a mask. I mean, I'm not gonna sympathize.
No, I mean, like this dream, I would have the same dream, and the weird thing is that it was in my bed at a certain house. And then when I when I moved out of that house, I always thought, oh, well, I won't have that dream again. But I had the same dream again, same scenario. I'm in that place. And it was, I think the freaky thing about it was that this thing would talk to me and say things in another language that I could understand, but I didn't understand. You know what I mean? Like, So anyway, stuck with me for a long time, and eventually.
When did you stop having the dream?
Sometime in my early teenage years.
Till tonight.
Same with me at the Volkswagen.
So what did the leprechaun say to you?
I don't know. It wasn't.
Don't come after me, Potty Gold.
He didn't speak his language. What language was he
I
speaking?
don't think it was like a leprechaun, but I just.
Yo soy un leprechaun!
Okay, fine, fair enough. We'll just move on from this. So.
And you were so concerned about him.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You know, I was just trying to share my weird childhood.
That was Spanish for I'm the leprechaun, Matt.
It's the fact that you said leprechaun. That's what got us.
I know.
It's way over the edge.
Yeah, sure.
Too far gone.
I should have just.
I had
small,
Do you get that reference? I'm the leprechaun.
small?
I do. But I don't know.
in
Matt,
the movie, right?
I think if Matt knew the reference, he'd think it was funny.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's fair. Anybody else have any dreams they want to talk about?
I had a nightmare
Oh.
this weekend.
You were stuck on the show.
Your sink?
Oh my god! This was supposed to be. I have 3 days off, no grandkids, no nothing, and I was like going. I even told my wife, I go, I'm going to do nothing. I was going to soundproof the room, the studio. I was going to put these up. I have all laid out, all mapped out.
I saw, just 1 second, Jack. I saw a very little tinge of concern on Chris's face. Is that the kind of pattern that would freak Chris out? Because it is a structured pattern with holes and dimples.
Oh.
If you zoomed in on that, yes.
Okay.
No.
Leprechaun.
No, actually not that bad. But yeah.
Anyway, so, and Chris, you responded to my photo I put up there. So I told I'm just doing nothing. My back is killing me. I got no grandkids. It's going to be I kept calling it the summer of Jack. It's the summer of Jack. I'm doing the summer of Jack. So about noon on Saturday, I'm just kicking back. I'm watching I'm playing poker. I think I'm playing poker online. And my wife goes, the sink's not working. The kitchen sink. I go, and we've been having water pressure problems for a couple of weeks, and we assumed it was the construction going on because about the same time that happened, they were working on the pipes in the for that new complex. So I was getting pissed about, oh my god. So all of a sudden, the picture you see that came out of the bathroom sink, all this black and orange, yellow stuff. Well,
so that wasn't like olive oil and like some basil.
No, it was not.
All right.
Chris said it was maybe the water heater, and I said no, the water heater is almost brand new. Someone said, "Is it your water softener?" I go, I unplugged that years ago. He goes, "Did you bypass it?" I go, I didn't know I was supposed to bypass it. So for 10 years, I stopped using it because I kept forgetting to get the salt and all this stuff. So for 10 years, this stuff has been going through and corroding and getting all this stuff. All that stuff was in every pipe, So for the last 3 days, the summer of Jack, I've been making trips back and forth to Home Depot. First, I had to, because I would wash some clothes the night before. I came downstairs to see it's got to be done. It's water's everywhere. We have tile in the laundry room, but we have the what's it called?
Rubber mats?
No, not rubber mats. Not hardwood floors, but the
slip and slide?
Whatever, the stuff that goes in this laminate. Okay, so now that's heaving because all the water got underneath. I'm like, this is like 2 a.m. Are you kidding me? So the summer of Jack was the last 3 days. I've been going through we had no toilets because everything was clogged into it. But the most interesting one was the downstairs bathroom is just a toilet and sink with a half bath. I'm taking off the valve, and I got something there to catch it, to get the instant, stuff. It shoots out like a geyser. It just goes all the way up. That stuff you see in the sink, it's all the way from my feet, all the way over me, up my nose, in my ear, in my eyes, all up the walls. I'm covered in this stuff. I'm cussing and swearing. I go, son of a fucking bitch. Screaming. I go, it's a fucking crime scene. I come out. My wife goes, what's wrong? I go, that goddamn fucking mess in there. The shit is everywhere. I go, look at me. I'm covered in this shit. So I'm just pissed at this point. And I get to stop. At least it cleared out that part of the drain. But then she walks in there. She goes, oh my God, look at the mess you made. I go, did you not fucking hear me say what? I go, look at me. So I was, at this point, I'm just pissed. So I shut it off. I said, okay, we got one bathroom working. The master bathroom didn't have a problem. Nothing in the master bedroom had a problem. But all day today, I have the kitchen sink. I've had to take it apart. I ordered a new faucet because we had to. It's every I had the washing machine. I had to get new lines for the washing machine. I had to clean out filters. So about 10 hours a day, I've been doing this, and I emptied out the water heater. All the shit comes out of the water heater. My wife goes, well, that's a waste of water. I go,
oh, God damn
stuff out of the water heater. You have to get it out. So it's just,
I would have been like, okay, hon, I'm leaving for the weekend. This one's on you.
It's just.
I'll just save it. You can drink it later, hon.
It's been so I've got 99, I think 90% of it done, but the ice maker doesn't work because it's all clogged up. It just so I go, well, that's going to be a fucking nightmare. So I'm going to pull that off, spray all over the place. But yeah, plumbers. So it hasn't been the summer of Jack. It's been a fucking nightmare. I mean, it just this crap is just it's like sand too. It's like my wife was bitch. It's all over the floor. I go, pretend you're at the beach.
Black sands.
Get some waves going, and she goes, "You're not funny." I go, "What do you want me to do?" It's because it just sprays out. It just oozes out of everywhere. But I've managed to plumbers have, I know they charge a lot of money. They deserve every penny they get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I made 4 trips in one day to Home Depot because I assumed, okay, I cleared the valve is done. Okay, it's done. So finally learned that anything that has where the water goes through has to be replaced because it's got that shit in it. So that's what I've been doing. Home Depot, and then finally the old faucet. You can't get that stupid thing off. I bought some tool, but it doesn't work because it's so corroded on there. So finally, I look. My wife goes, "Why don't you get a saw?" I go, "I can't get a wrench around it. How am I going to get a saw on it? How am I going to saw it off? I can't get a wrench on it. I'm just trying to help." I go, "Yes, I know you are." You know how you have to be because you've made your wife mad. It's like
I've never done that.
No. Yeah, I bet you haven't. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like going, I'm just like, okay, she goes, "You're being such a dick." I go, I'm sorry. I apologize. So then I looked on the internet. Some guy says, if you're not going to keep it, just drill it off. So I drilled the piece off. It snapped off. The whole thing came. And then the washers, it's just been a nightmare. But it's 90% clean and done. And most of the stuff is cleaned up. And
that last 10%, Jack, I would just get a plumber.
I think I can do it. The hard part's going to be the last part's the refrigerator, the water and the that'll be the
refrigerator line.
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
I'm sure.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. It'll be.
So, do you think it's in the ice maker or is it just in the line?
It's in the line.
All right, just disconnect it. Flush it.
It's not pumping. It won't pump. Whatever this stuff is, it just clogs the. It clogs it. But once I bypassed it, that opened up all the pipes. But all this shit is just coming out. It's just a matter of cleaning everything out to get it in. And that's what I've been doing. So my 3 days off, that's what I did. And I bruised my fucking hand because I threw this damn thing down and smashed my finger. My wife goes, "Well, you shouldn't get mad."
Well, hey, did you celebrate Valentine's Day? Did you have a good? I'm just trying to make conversation here. I think Jack froze.
No, he's not froze. He's contemplating murdering you for asking that follow-up question.
I think I talked about last week. My granddaughter is really repeating everything that is being said, like everything.
Nice.
So I'm trying not to swear and cuss, like I said last week with the garbage disposal. But this, she was over there, and I'm like, this is just fucking bullshit. And everyone goes, I go, well, if she says that, more power to her. I don't fucking care. I just snapped at that point. I just like,
well, it's the reaction, I think, that kids remember. Because, like, if you say shit and all of a sudden everybody goes, like that, then the kid remembers that the last thing that was said was shit. But if you just say shit and none has any reaction to it, then they're
and I'm usually pretty good around, well, sometimes. But this is just, she shouldn't be in the house. You shouldn't have brought her over. Well, that was my 3 days. I couldn't really watch TV, and that's what I was doing today. When you were saying, "Can you set up the show?" I'm fighting with this thing, going, "Oh my fucking god!"
It was really just kind of a thing where I meant to do it Sunday, and then the day it was actually a nice day here, and so everybody was out doing stuff. We were enjoying the sun because we've had a lot of gray days, and the sun finally broke through, and it was nice. So. So then by the time I thought about it, I was like, shit, I'm at school. So, but, yeah, I have nothing else to say. Nobody really wants to hear about my Office rewatch, but I will say,
I love The Office. Go ahead and talk about it.
Thank you, JP, for turning me on to The Office ladies, as well as
You've never seen The Office before?
No. I've seen The Office Ladies podcast. JP had mentioned it, and then I think Eric, our listener, had kind of private messaged me about it. So it's a very funny podcast. So from the private chat, I'll just say that no, we're not going to hear any more about nude models. I have no more stories to share. I feel like it's inappropriate to just go through my.
I will say this though: if you do have a problem, post it on the internet, and you'll get like 30% serious answers, and about 70% people will be fucking with you. So,
yeah, that's how I feel about this podcast. About right. So.
No, because you would get serious answers, and then when you get people that just are fucking with you,
it's life.
Anyway, I've been watching The Office. I'm somewhere in I think season 5 right now, so
really,
I'm kind of in the middle of it. I've been cruising through that show, enjoying it. But The Office ladies, for those of you that haven't heard, it's basically Jenna Fisher and Angela from The Office. Like, they have their own podcast. It's hilarious. So
what I liked about did I talk about last week with the ball, the exercise ball, cold open?
No,
I don't think so.
The part where that's the one where Dwight's exercising on the exercise ball.
Yeah, and then they stab it.
Yeah, part of it, and it pops.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 1 in a million type thing. I guess he did like 14 clips, and then the last time he goes and does it, he hits the seam and it explodes. So that's the one they used.
Huh.
I read that somewhere. Like, that was actually
it was on Yahoo. It was from the podcast, the Office podcast.
Oh yeah, so it was like a mistake. It wasn't supposed to pop. That's the one they were used. That's funny.
It's supposed to.
It was supposed to be like a slow thing, and they were just going to keep it on Dwight as he slowly kind of goes down. But because they got that pop, they just went with that. So,
like, YouTube has the best of the cold openings from The Office.
Oh yeah,
it's hilarious. It's a great show. And I know when I did my last Office rewatch probably about a year ago. I never liked it past
when Michael
leaves.
You were very critical of that.
But
it's hard.
When I did the rewatch, it was better than I remember.
Yeah, it's hard to do that. Like when a main character leaves, because like was it Eric when Eric Foreman left? That 70s show wasn't the same. There's a couple other ones that way where the main character leaves, and then it's like you're killing the show.
When Warm Taffy left this show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it killed. Well, and Alias Smith and Jones when Smith leaves, and they bring another replacement Smith in.
All right. Yeah, you can't do that.
When JP left this show, it
it was never the same.
It was never the same since. So.
Yeah. I watched Birds of Prey.
By the way, JP, thank you for filling in, and we'd love to have you back.
JP in the chat?
No, I just am putting that out there to,
Well, that's right. His computer's not working.
Oh. Okay, sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to step all over.
It's fine. No, I'm used to it.
Leprechaun!
The Leprechaun.
I was just
trying to think of anything else I've watched. I watched Birds of Prey after the last episode that I was on, the Harley Quinn movie, and I gave it like a B-, maybe C+. Like it's got moments that are good, but I felt they were trying too hard to make it Deadpool, and it just didn't pan out. I mean, it's got moments that are good, and something if you have nothing else to do, go watch, but you're not going to be like, oh, man, that was a really great movie.
Well, it's bombed so poorly, or it's bombed so badly that it's didn't they change the name?
They did change the name, to Harley Quinn something else. Because I think that's one of the reasons why, too. One is because Suicide Squad sucks so bad that people thought, well, why would I want to watch another story that's a continuation of that when it was so bad? And then, two, when you just call it Birds of Prey, people are like, what the hell is that? They know Harley Quinn, but they don't know what Birds of Prey is. And so that, I think, hurt it. But I mean, the one good thing you can say about it is that Margot Robbie brought it. I mean, she really is Harley Quinn. She does a great job. It's just that I felt that
she's a great actress.
There's some, like, they were trying to set up some of the other characters, and some they did okay, and some they just kind of glossed over. And then the fight at the end is pretty good, but then all of a sudden just the villain dies, and you're kind of like, oh, that's it? Okay. And that's just how you just kind of, okay. So it just kind of felt like a meh.
Yeah. Me. I never saw Suicide Squad. I don't have any intention to.
It's terrible. It's absolutely rubbish.
Yeah.
It's absolutely rubbish.
Rubbish,
I tell you.
I just like that word. Rubbish.
Rubbish!
I always think it looks like rubish, Mm-hmm. So
I'm glad we bring out these finer points in this podcast.
It totally like rubish.
Sure, yes, if there's any ghost updates. I have not seen anything in probably a couple months. Pretty ghost-free here. Last couple months. Even though Jay he still thinks it's a lie. But
what's weird about it is that Jay loves Ghostbusters and yet is the most skeptical when it comes to ghosts.
No, he believes in ghosts.
Okay.
But he says since he never saw it, I go, no one was going to go in your room, not even the ghost.
Well, he practically was a ghost. I mean, he is pale.
He's super pasty.
Yeah.
Everyone has seen it, but Jay. Everyone has seen it.
Maybe it's like
maybe Jay's the ghost.
No.
Maybe Jay's on a different frequency.
He's this totally Sixth Sense thing going on here.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything it's been a couple months. It doesn't faze me anymore. I just kind of go, all right, whatever.
I'd totally be friends. Like, I always name anything that I don't like Phil, because Phil is not scary. Because it's like, if you have a big spider that lives like outside the window, you're like, hey, what's up, Phil?
Hey, what's up, Phil?
How you not bothering me. What's up, Phil? Like, if I had a ghost, I'd totally name him Phil, because then you can't really be scared of a ghost named Phil.
Or Jill or Gil or...
They don't have to rhyme, but yeah.
Or Ned?
Or Ned, yeah.
Ned Ryerson?
I was thinking of the Kermit when he gets amnesia in New York. Muppets Take Manhattan. So, spoiler alert, Kermit gets hit. It's a terrifying moment in the whole movie. And when he comes back...
he's got amnesia.
Yeah, he gets amnesia, and he hangs out with a bunch of accountants or business executives.
He becomes a nude model.
Do you know how long it's been since I've seen that movie? And somehow that popped in my brain. I'm like, good God, how do I remember that?
Because isn't Kermit always nude?
He's always nude.
Yeah, he's definitely nude.
So I thought he was a nude.
He's the dripper.
That was the greatest thing ever said.
Kermit's the dripper.
Yeah. That was the greatest thing ever said on Friends.
What's on what?
On Friends. On the show Friends. The greatest thing that was ever said on the show Friends was by Chandler saying, like, so Donald Duck, his whole life, never wore pants. But yet when he comes out of the shower, he wraps a towel around his waist. What's that about?
That's true, like, yeah.
That's the one thing I always remember from Friends. There we go. I don't want to be dripping all over the place. That's Mickey.
You guys are really taking this whole podcast.
Kermit Frog here. I don't want to be dripping all over the floor.
Well, now that makes sense.
Rainbow connection. The lovers, the drippers, and me.
Just imagining a rainbow.
Where's Miss Piggy when all this is going on?
Kermit.
Yeah, the two old guys up there going, fix that dripper. You know, I just Elmo's got to be doing something. I hate Elmo. I wish they'd kill off Elmo. I just don't. I hate Elmo. I've always hated him.
Now, how did we go from Muppets to Sesame Street?
Right. It's
same family. Same thing, isn't it?
Nowhere.
They're all the same.
By the way, everyone that cannot hear us or isn't watching this, Jack is actually dressed up like an Elmo.
He is totally Elmo. Yeah. Guys, show must go on. Show go on.
It's a little bit of a single weight.
Maybe because Elmo was going for so years ago, he was going for like $1,000. Remember that? You guys probably.
Of course.
That's when Elmo was a big deal.
That's like 20 years ago.
Yeah. It's fucking Elmo. Your kid doesn't need a fucking Elmo.
Well, it's because they were releasing them like a different one every year. You know, and they were limited editions and all that shit.
It was bullshit. He's my least favorite character.
Okay.
I could live with Big Bird and Snuffleupagus and Bert and Ernie and Cookie Monster and the Grouch. I kind of feel like the Grouch.
How did you know Jack the Dripper's nickname was Snuffleupagus?
He doesn't exist though, only in Big Bird's mind, right? Or did they finally release him to the whole world? This big elephant is walking around Sesame Street, but nobody can see him but Big Bird.
That's a good point.
And these people are supposed to be teaching our kids.
I mean,
lay off.
Better than the trash heap.
Lay off Sesame Street.
I did like Sesame Street. I mean, it's a big elephant.
I think you.
All right, kids, we're gonna count to 10, but we can't see that fucking elephant over there.
You're in grumpy grandpa mode.
He is. He's the Grouch. He literally is.
I said I'm the Grouch. I'm green.
You did see that SNL sketch, didn't you, Jack?
Yeah,
that was so good.
Oh, the Joker.
The Joker one. Yeah,
so good.
It's like, damn, Oscar, you like the smell of trash? Why don't you bite me? That's good.
I'm grumpy.
Anyway,
it is so cold. I am cutting glass down here in my basement.
Cutting glass
here.
He's packing peanuts. Yeah.
Smuggling Tic Tacs into the podcast tonight.
There you go.
Oh, I've got a switcher right here.
Oh,
how convenient.
I think I've finally done it. I think I've created a sentence out of all of our patrons' names. I've been working on that mysteriously over here. Maybe not mysteriously because I've been quiet. So, but
was it the leprechaun thing?
The leprechaun thing?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You know, I mean, that's fine. It was just this weird, mysterious thing that kind of followed me around up until some point, and then it just disappeared. So
it's totally coming back tonight, dude. Sorry.
Don't we have an email?
We do have an email. I forgot.
Get out of town. We have an email?
No, we don't.
No, we do.
I think we do.
Okay.
I saw it today when I was trying to log on this stupid network thing.
Oh, there is an email.
It's from Dennis, yeah.
Hey, Nick, I think you should probably read it.
Why? Because he's my number one fan?
Because it's addressed to you.
Is it? Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, the rest of us have become the Professor and Mary Ann.
I have never even seen this.
And the rest.
So the title is Super Bowl Party Foods versus Revisited. Right? Super Bowl Party Foods versus Revisited.
It revisits the colon, all right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that does. Hi, Nick, and all the rest.
Aww.
I'll be Mary Ann.
I just had to send in this in as a follow up on the Super Bowl Party Food versus poll. I met with my pizza guy this past Thursday. I didn't know they had a pizza guy. Wow,
I don't have a pizza guy. Hey, pizza guy.
He's got to get his fix, man. Hey, man, you got any more of those meat lovers?
And
don't put those pepperonis in a pattern because it's going to screw me up.
Hey, get the double anchovy. Stop by later.
He's from New York, so you got to have a pizza guy if you're living in New York.
I guess so.
Okay. He owns his own business, one location, and is a big sports fan. He always has some game going on his small TV in the corner. He says hi when I stop in to pick up my pizza and ask me if I've watched the Super Bowl. He says it's a good game, but the pizza orders were down for him and down 28% nationwide from last year. This news came from his suppliers, I guess. Okay. No one knows why. One theory has to do with a West Coast team being involved, but no one really knows. It's not like people were choosing 7-layer dip over pizza necessarily. He said people were calling him early that day, modifying their orders because fewer people were coming to their parties than expected. So another life mystery. I thought you guys would want to know, Dennis.
They're probably choosing ribs over
It's
pizza.
probably because the Patriots weren't in the Super Bowl. No one cared.
I could see that, yeah. I mean, think about it. Because you have San Francisco.
Super Bowl.
Huh?
I have no idea. Has a huge fan base.
But I'm saying, you look at the foods, though. Like Chris is right. If it's going to be a New England team, or even New York or Jersey, you're going to have a lot more kinds of pizza. But, Kansas City, you're right, Jack. Like maybe more barbecue, maybe more ribs.
Actually, I was making a fucking joke, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I'm taking you seriously.
Okay, well, take me seriously.
It's the one time in your life you should own it. San Francisco, though, like what foods are you thinking of there? Like no one's ordering a sourdough, trencher or something.
Don't call them trenchers. They have names nowadays. There's other lingo that they use to call people trenchers.
What is it?
Drippers.
Okay. Drippers. Okay.
Go ahead. With
maybe
I'm just saying.
Maybe because when you order a pizza, like Domino's, Pizza Hut, it's a crapshoot. I mean, it's either sometimes it's good, most times it's like.
I beg to differ. I actually think specifically with one of those you mentioned, Domino's, they have been the most consistent pizza I've ever ordered, especially in the last 5 years when they read the recipe. It's not great pizza.
No, it's not. But you're right. It's absolutely the same no matter where
it is. Consistently decent pizza every time you order it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I think I said this on the podcast way back. The nearest Domino's to me is a good ways, and so I was like, "There's a Pizza Hut not too far," and I hadn't had Pizza Hut in probably 20 years. I was like, I'm gonna try it, and I got the thin and crispy because that's what I got when I was a kid. And I actually really liked it. And that's all I've eaten out here is just Pizza Hut for the last 6 months. And I'm just like, it's just stuff that you forget and you haven't had it in so long. You're like,
I haven't had a good Hut in a long time.
Yeah. Pizza the Hut.
I like Hungry Howie's.
Yeah, delicious.
Not in our delivery area. Have you guys ever had Hungry Howie's? You've had Hungry if you come to the
I probably have then, yeah.
If you come to the
Raleigh
Get Up thing, whatever they call it.
I don't like to eat anything that's named after people because I think that I'm eating people. So
Soylent Green.
So you don't like Jack in the Box?
It's a trypophobia thing. I will not eat Jack's Box. Thanks very much.
Those tacos are the best.
The Raleigh meetup. Yes.
It gives Raleigh meetup a whole new term, doesn't it? Hi-yo.
Well, you don't say meat and Jack in the Box in the same sentence. So
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I know. It's the one thing I do not like about Fort Collins that there is no Jack in the Box here. I have to drive an hour south to go to Jack in the Box.
Oh,
I've never
mine is 2.5 hours away.
Oh, okay. So yeah. What, Chris?
Never had Jack in the Box.
It's nothing great. It's kind of like you don't have Hardee's in the north either. So
We used to when I was growing up. There was Hardee's. We had
Okay.
Arby's.
Better than Hardee's.
We had Arby's, which was, and then Roy Rogers. We had growing up.
Well, the only thing you could compare Jack in the Box with is Hardee's, even though Jack in the Box is better than Hardee's. But the menu is similar in that you have curly fries, you have the same sourdough burger, you have like similar things.
You don't have the tacos, though.
But you don't have the tacos, and the tacos are great because they're a soy-based deep fried taco, and I tend to like.
It's a gift. It's a gift from God. It really is.
Yeah.
It's unhealthy as all get out, but you got to have them. And I like the breakfast Jack too. It's just
before I had the pleasure of being in a Jack in the Box, I always thought Jack was crazy. Every time I would hear a podcast and he would say, "I like the Jack in the Box tacos," I'm like, that man's got to be insane to want a fast food taco. Are you crazy? And then when I moved to California and I saw that there was Jack in the Box 2 blocks away from me, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go try it.
For $1.
And for $1. And that was the first time. I didn't even care about the meal. I just wanted to try the tacos. And from that point on, if I went to Jack in the Box, I really went for the tacos. That's what. So
Jack in the Box is not a chain that I'm familiar with out in the Northeast.
No, it actually started in San Diego.
But it's actually it was one of my first memories of hearing national news about a food poisoning.
Okay.
E. coli and started in Seattle, I think, right?
Yeah. So that's literally my only mental reference to Jack in the Box is like people getting real sick.
Well, they traumatized kids with they used to have this used to be a Jack in the Box type clown type thing that you'd place your order in, and they wanted to change that they wanted to change they wanted to change the thing. So they blew up the Jack in the Box. I guess it was traumatizing kids everywhere that they blew up the Jack in the Box. Anyway, when I was a kid, before they had Happy Meals, they used to give away balloons at this one Jack in the Box by our house. The balloons would be at the bottom of the bag with the greasy French fries, the greasy tacos, all the greasy food. Those were the best balloons I think I've ever had in my life. They were just covered with fast food grease. You'd blow. Oh my God, these taste great.
Oh, that you're actually eating them. Like, no, what am I pooping out now? Like,
yeah. My dog. We had a dog that he'd eat the balloons, and then he would shit the balloons out. It's like little Yorkie. It's like, what the fuck? Where'd the balloons go?
But you said something, Jack, and Matt saw my reaction. I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, but it's an HBO documentary. It's only had 2 episodes so far. The McMillions
I want to watch it.
It is so good.
I was going to do it the summer of Jack, but I got sidetracked.
Sidetracked, yeah. I think the 3rd episode comes out tomorrow. I think, or maybe
isn't it that the mob is behind? Well,
it's not just the mob; it's a whole just circumstances so far. I mean, I've only 2 episodes.
Can I sue because back then I was all in.
The thing is, what's really weird to me is because I so rarely eat McDonald's, is that I thought the Monopoly thing was still going on. And I was like,
it is still going on.
It ended in 2001? I was like, really?
No.
They got it since then.
They had definitely had it.
I thought they did. Okay, because basically they were saying it must have ended then, like what they did in that process in 01 then. But yeah, because it was like starting in 86, and this is through 01 when I think
I need a Boardwalk or Park Place. We're going to McDonald's tonight, kids.
But yeah, for everyone out there, it's called McMillions on HBO, and it's the FBI's case into a rigged monopoly system at McDonald's because it was rigged the entire time from 86 to 2001, and it's pretty neat because
did McDonald's know about it
at this point in the documentary? No, they did not, because basically McDonald's, from what they've said so far, is that McDonald's, just specializes in milkshakes, hamburgers, fries. That's what they do. So their marketing team was another company that they put in charge of the monopoly stuff. So it's the corruption within that. But, I don't trust them. I'm like mad over there.
Can we find out what happened to the Shamrock Shake? Because the Shamrock Shake used to be great.
Well,
bring it back.
they were in demand in Boston.
It doesn't taste like it did when I was a kid. Maybe because they don't use real ice cream.
Yeah, the asbestos isn't in there either. So,
Well, I bring it back because it was great when I was a kid. I used to
Bring back the McRib.
I've never had a McRib.
The Shamrock Shake, for everyone out there who doesn't know, is a stripper's name that Jack really loved because she was Irish and she loved to shake that thing.
And she would say leprechaun. Anyway,
hey, I'm your lucky charm tonight.
It doesn't
leprechaun.
I'm the leprechaun.
But am I right? It doesn't take. Well, you guys won't remember. Matt probably does because he's old enough. But it had a different taste than it does now.
I'm sorry, I was hung up on the stripper name. I'm sure it does have a different taste now, but I'm not going to judge that.
Is she a new model in your show?
Leprechaun.
That's not what we're talking about.
It's like anyway. So we were talking about McDonald's, right?
Right.
My kids came up with, because they know the catchphrase,
I'm loving it.
So they
There's no telling how much money Justin Timberlake made off of that damn thing.
He wrote that?
Justin Timberlake?
Yeah, Mr. Timberlake wrote that jingle.
Huh. Well, my kids wrote a
That'll
different.
make Jessica Biel happy, right? Soon? I'm loving it. Oh wait, I was just there. Okay.
Anyway, their version goes, dun, 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 it's poisonous.
Damn.
I know. They also did one that was, da, 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 I'm dead.
Jeez.
Wow.
I know, okay. Kind of dark. I mean, they're really sweet, but a dark side.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'm dark too. Like every time I would hear Rehab by Amy Winehouse, I'd be like, I guess I should have gone to rehab. It's like, damn. But, that's me.
Ooh.
I think that's too soon. Sorry. I can't laugh at that.
Yeah, she's only been dead for, 12 years?
Yeah, 13 years is okay. The cutoff. Has it been that long?
Well, was it Back to Black? What was the name of that's her last album?
I don't know.
But anyway, that came out in 2007. So, and then she died, I think, maybe a year after that. So,
I don't know. You know what hasn't died? The birds chirping outside.
They had nonstop. It must be the Jack's summer of love for those birds because they are going at it.
Somebody
throws some of that crud at him. There's some bird seed.
I think you should throw a Shamrock Shake.
We should have less animals up because they took away 50 acres of trees out here.
Matt says July 2011, so she's been dead for almost 9 years.
Didn't know Treast was still with us.
I know he kind of went silent there for a while.
So, and Drake's here. So welcome to the
McDonald's can't replicate the flavor from your favorite stripper from childhood. Exactly. But they can damn near try.
I had some great stripper fantasy. No.
I tell you though, like if you guys want to see what it's like to experience
strippers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So India does not have strippers, a strip club in India. I'm sure they do in private clubs, but if you want to see what it's like to be completely awestruck and just wide-eyed joy, take someone from India who's recently moved here to a strip club, and you will have more pleasure just watching that young man or old man experience that for the first time than you will ever in your life. It's just interesting. Like, Jesus Christ.
Maybe we should do that for a lot. We've always wanted to do a live show, right? I mean, live on remote.
No, do it. I don't know where this is going, but I don't like it.
That's a bit far there. Whoever Matt's over telling me I'm a sick man. Like, I don't know. Like, what the hell? If liking boobs is wrong, I don't want to be right.
No,
if you're proposing we do a live broadcast from a strip club,
I'm all in.
Actually. I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But I want to find one that has lobster rolls at the strip club.
Oh.
No comment.
We go to Sapphire in Vegas. That seemed to be a popular one.
I will.
We gotta make this Vegas trip happen. I haven't been to Vegas in
Well, 3 of the 4 of us are going to be in Raleigh. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that is true. So that is true.
We had a listener years ago invite us to a Vegas. This is when the Married Man Show was going. A Vegas. It was an adult toy Vegas type show, and it was on we were actually going to Vegas, but we were there a day late.
I think I would go to one of those.
Well, we were all in, but none of us couldn't get
just
there.
To sit. Like
the last time I was in Vegas was my buddy's bachelor party, and I think we actually missed that same expo by like a day or two as well.
Well, this was like a private party type thing that we were going to.
Did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you guys about
the leprechaun?
No. Yeah, the leprechaun. No, that I ran into a porn star in L.A. It was a Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you
did I tell you? Yeah, it was the Game of Thrones Expo in 2016, and I'm like waiting in line to all this stuff, and all of a sudden I see this Asian girl, and I'm like, damn, she's good looking. And I look over, and then I'm like, holy shit, that's Evelyn Lynn. And I'm like, over going like, oh, you like Game of Thrones too? Like I don't know who she is, and she's like, yeah. I was like, oh shit, I've seen you do more nasty things than I can imagine. I'm a leprechaun. Yeah. All you video people are getting a treat right now. I'm a leprechaun.
I used to have these women who wanted to be porn stars who would come into my mailbox, etc., and send photos and stuff to out and videos and stuff like that. Yeah. And then sometimes they would go, "What do you think of these pictures?" I'd be go, "Well, they look, yeah,
sure, they're great.
Sure, great."
It's like that scene in Summer Rental with John Candy where the woman keeps coming by and going like, "I just got them done, feel them." It's like.
One guy came in. It was, I guess, a husband and wife. He goes, "Really? What do you think?" I go, "Yeah, it's yeah. But she looks, yeah, you look good." What am I supposed to say?
Those look like fast food balloons.
Yeah,
this looked like my Jack in a Box balloon.
Do they taste the same? That's what I want to know.
Fish tacos.
More soy kind of base.
Oh man.
Anyway, before we get ourselves into any more trouble,
Matt's tapping out.
We're about at an hour and a half. This is I'm pulling a J here. I'm saying, hey guys, let's.
I think we're just getting started. No, I'm kidding.
Let's get it started. How many people do we have in the chat?
The world may never know.
I don't know. I think none right now.
Well, people jump in when they feel that it's necessary to correct us.
Which should be all the time.
Have you seen our private chat?
Yeah.
I'm not showing my private chat anymore.
I'm just waiting for that one really demented person in the chat to we say something sick, they double down on it.
Hey, you look a little like the arrow there, Chris.
He does.
Tilt it down. Yeah. Down.
See?
You're the arrow.
Drake makes a great point. Short notice was great. See? I like the sarcastic tone there, Drake, and it's hard to read that in the text, but I got it. We should do this a full week in advance. Like as soon as you guys knew at the end of the last podcast, we're going to do a live one. You go like, "Hey guys, we're going to do a live one in a week." But no,
I want to do a live show of Matt and Chris doing a barbecue.
You mean a cookout?
A cookout. Okay, cookout.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, gentlemen,
what would it be though? Because it's gonna be a weird clash of foods there. Because I don't know what they cook out in Indiana.
What? I'm vegetarian.
Oh, that's right. You got veggie burgers.
Yeah, but
what would you? Okay, so let's just say you invite all three of us over to a 4th of July cookout.
Right.
What are you making for us?
I have to make food for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys just bring your own.
Down the road.
I'm just saying, is it going to be like hummus and chips? Because Jack's not showing up for that.
I don't like hummus.
Okay, perfect. So Jack's not there.
I'll eat the chips, but I'm not a big hummus fan. I mean,
I
I'll
actually
eat it,
love
but I'm not a big hummus fan.
There is this hummus that I've been eating that we got from Costco. It's called Bitch and Sauce, I think, and it's got
you'll die from it. Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's that store
What?
that?
Just
is it
kidding.
it's got
Wellman?
like
What's that store
sriracha and hummus together. It's delicious.
Okay.
And,
Go ahead, Jack. Sorry. What?
What's that store Dennis and Gail are always? I think Gail.
Wegmans.
Wegmans. Yeah.
We just had one open up here. My
Yeah.
wife went there and she said, "Oh my God, it was worse than going to like Sam's or Costco."
That's because it's just
Well,
open.
Sunday,
Yeah.
it was
Sure.
crazy there. It was packed, but the food is excellent. So
Yeah.
far, what I've had is the lunch meats are great, and it just
So good stuff.
Oh, shit. I mean, you live in North Carolina. You know these rubes will turn out for anything. I mean,
someone from Tennessee called people from North Carolina.
exactly. That's why I can say that.
Okay, I guess you can.
My whole life, we had Wendy's and McDonald's in my hometown. When we got a Burger King, you couldn't go to it for the first 2 months because those people were lined up. I was like, it's freaking Burger King, people. You never had it?
Chicken here, that Popeye's chicken
Diabetes to me.
would be wrapped around the block, and now you can go there whenever you want.
Hey, Paul, they got something more than just raccoons and squirrel meat.
That's just bigoted. Just
They
saying.
don't say raccoons. They don't say the rat.
Yeah, that's actually something I remember.
Am I right, Nick?
Dolly Parton. Yeah, Dolly Parton. That's the one thing I remember her saying when I was a little kid because people were asking her about Tennessee, like growing up there in an interview, saying like, "You ever eat possum?" She's like, "Oh, good nod. No, that's just a big rat." That's what I always remember her saying.
I remember I came out here and people said, "Have you ever tried squirrel stew?" I go, "Huh? Wait, squirrel, the little flying rats?" And they go, "Oh, it's a good stew." I go, "No, I've never tried squirrel stew. You want it?" I go, "No, I don't want to try squirrel stew."
Hard no.
No, I'll pass on that.
I think that's what the leprechaun was trying to tell me. He was trying to tell me
I got you,
some kind of recipe. So,
No.
Yeah. There's lots of good stuff to eat though. Like it's random.
Well, have you had squirrel stew?
I've never had squirrel stew. I've had squirrel. But I've never had squirrel stew. And then like
what does squirrel taste like? Don't say chicken.
No, it's not chicken.
fried chicken.
It's just different.
You ever had buffalo wings? Not like that.
Yeah, but like
I know they didn't finish first.
I loved eating frog legs when I was a kid, and then there's a lot of people
Never
I know
had frog legs.
See, frog legs is great.
I've had alligator tail.
That's tough though. Yeah,
Alligator tail. It was
so
crispy.
frog legs. If you could mass produce them like you do buffalo wings, I think more people would eat frog legs than they would buffalo wings because it's a tender chicken tasting like, and instead of like buffalo wings where you tend to have tendons and it's sometimes can be difficult to eat them all. Frog legs, it's just like 1-2 bite, you're done. Like you eat the little calf, you eat the thigh, and then you're good.
All right,
and they're good.
All right, Doc Hopper.
I have a question about frog legs. So do you eat the rest of the frog or just you cut the legs off?
You just cut the legs off, yeah.
So what happens to the frog? You
just chuck it.
I am like getting this. I'm having a little phobia right now because I'm getting flashbacks from the Muppet movie.
Look, I mean, you wouldn't mind because look, he became a corporatist, in that movie, like all about money, and then so he probably deserved to die.
Okay, you know what deserves to die? This podcast.
Hey.
No, we're having a good time. I mean,
we're having a good time.
You said it deserved to die, so like,
my frog legs are gone.
Shamil, Shemizel, Hazenpfeffer, and like
Incorporated.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
I think we should sing the outro to this. Like, going to jayandjack.com now. Get your Amazon needs / something.
Oh, you had it going there, man.
I didn't practice like Nick did with his
amazing
song. Amazing intro.
I think Nick just wings it.
He does.
So that one actually I took a little bit of time with because I had a couple hours at work and I went, you know what?
Fuck that guy took the sausage. I'm not working today.
Well, I listened to that podcast.
I'm going to get paid to write a jingle for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't share the sausage
on the plane ride back.
On
On the plane ride back, because on the podcast you guys said the show is no longer called the RCAD. I think Chris said that. It's called Jack the Dripper Show. And so I went, okay, I've got to write a new theme song, Jack the Dripper in it. And so then
Did I bring listeners in?
No way.
He's not going to bring
listeners in. So I was trying to think of any song that I could put Jack the Dripper in. And I couldn't think of hardly. One did pop in my mind. I've already forgotten it. And then I was just Alice Cooper came on my random iPod, and I went, okay, I haven't done an Alice Cooper song. Let's do an Alice Cooper song. And I went, okay, that one's perfect. And then so that's what we got.
Yeah,
all right. Well, for everybody that does want to help out this show, there's a couple places you can go to. Why wouldn't you, Jack? That's a good point. Point well taken.
You got something else better to do with your time?
I don't think so. A lot of people want to buy their Elmo outfits to freak out Jack.
No, I'm not. I don't have a phobia against Elmo. I just hate him. If I see him, I punch him in the face.
Anything that you want to buy through Amazon.com would help us out. Actually, it's I think, what is it? JaneJack.com/Amazon. That's the link.
I don't know.
Well, that's what I was schooled on. So you can also go.
Somebody mentioned actually on the Facebook page that they use the idea of bookmarking the JaneJack.com/Amazon link on their phone. I forgot who it was, but they posted that in the Facebook group that they.
Well, thanks for doing it.
Thank you. Thank you for doing it. Exactly. Thank you.
And thank you, Drake, for showing up. We do appreciate it.
Love, I just watched that Seinfeld episode. Love the Drake. You remember that one where they get him the big screen TV, and he breaks up. I hate the Drake.
Hate the Drake. Well,
I take it no one's watching Curb Your Enthusiasm other than Jack and I.
I'm watching. Yeah,
I don't have HBO.
I haven't watched last night's yet. But
I will return to HBO in the future, probably.
I was talking about the sexual harassment one.
I think we talked about that one.
Yeah, it's been funny.
Yeah. Well, this one, because remember how in one episode already, like the mailman, he kind of pissed off the mailman.
Yeah.
So this one kind of comes back a little bit, not full circle yet, but it's getting there. Like basically, he receives a package from somebody, and the box just says "discreet services" on it. So the mailman knows everything about everything, and so of course when he gets it out, it's a blow up doll. So.
Yeah. I did like when the mailman had a complaint. He goes, the shorts. He goes, I can't take you serious wearing shorts.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you had Timothy Oliphant on the last one I watched.
This one actually had a lot of last night's episode had a lot, I think 3 or 4 like celebrity cameos in it.
Did it?
Chris is dying over here. He's just like, kill it.
No, he's not. I think
Chris is okay. He's Arrow.
Chris is always ready to go. You're the J of the show. Chris is always ready to go. You get Chris laughing, he'll go for another hour. You give him a gummy or two, he's good for another 2 hours.
What's the actor?
He might not be here all the time.
Steven Amell, what is it? The guy from Arrow. What's his name?
Steven Amell.
He called out Dean Spanos before he moved the team, so I love fucking Dean Spanos.
I'm glad we got that.
You love fucking Dean Spanos?
No, I love that he called out fucking Dean Spanos.
Okay.
But,
that's it.
If I saw Dean Spanos, I would literally probably punch him in the face.
Did you do that?
I did. Just by accident. I booted Jack completely. This is the most exciting thing I've done on the show all day. He can actually still see us. There's nothing he can do. He's just gone from the show. I'll bring him back.
Brutal. Oh, he's back.
There he's back. All right.
Man, producer with an attitude.
I was trying to end this show, and you guys just keep derailing into all.
You didn't take Nick off. Nick started it.
Yeah,
I was going to mute him
You're
next.
playing favorites. Sorry.
I was actually going to go to just mute you, and I removed you. So anyway, a couple patrons that make this show possible, and you can also send us an email. You don't have to just be, I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys.
A lurker.
Send us an email. You can send us an email at RCADcast at gmail.com. That's RCADcast at gmail.com. There are a few patrons, however, that we want to say a very special thank you to.
Oh, I got it. I got the list.
And they are
Okay, no, this is a sentence. This is what I worked on. I know it's there's no payoff.
Better be
for this,
fucking good.
You patrons paid for this sentence.
Tack talked to Eckhart about the echo from Ed's Richter reading The Marvelous Maggie's Mysterious Brownies made from Joanne's cocaine crayon delivered from Drake. Huh?
I'm just more concerned that it came from his Richter.
Yeah.
No, from Red Ed's Richter reading.
Oh, he didn't say reading.
No, I thought he
Did
said
you?
reading.
Okay.
If I didn't,
That's good, Matt.
all right. Thank you for all the patrons that make this show possible. Specifically,
I can never do the pointing thing right.
No, nobody can.
I'm like,
everybody's just flipping me off at this point. I hope you enjoyed this show. You stuck with it, and we actually had something worthwhile.
I can't bend my wrist that way. I don't know.
Good night, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.